Esports, and this opens up a whole nother type of competition right now for FENNEL versus and LAKAN Esports. Look at that. They locked in onto Lee Sin.
Galio!
This is just so much. Galio left open for FENNEL University. You have a lot more picks. You can also bring in Ari once again, punish LAKAN Esports. You can bring in Galio as well. No, I think you already talked about Galio, but I think it's a good counter pick onto Akali and Lee Sin.
Yes, it is. Braum Galio, I think, is incredibly strong. There's 2 melees on the board already for LAKAN. If they go in, taunt stuns from Braum as well, from Arjuk, from potentially Dedenne or Tante. But look at this. Fiora making a return to fall season.
It's messing up with my mind. I can't think right now because of how much adjustments have occurred. And this is what we're saying, right? A while ago, we talked about maybe sort of these champions being come through in game number 3, and now it's happening. But Janna, Ezreal being locked in by LAKAN Esports states that they really want to go for sort of the safety for Ezreal, and at the same time have the disengage against Braum, Kai'Sa, Fiora. But do take note, right now, LAKAN Esports doesn't have any tanks to go for mid-game, late-game fights.
Yeah, this is aiming for heavy skirmish. Heavy skirmish. There it is. There's the Galio we were talking about. So Galio on the side of Akali is super good. Akali goes in, Hero's entrance. Basically, whoever is in trouble, mostly focusing more on doming and power, actually. So Shaw is able to join the fight. The thing is, Shaw is now going to be more on the utility tank, and it's so different from the Ari, from the, well, not a little bit different, the duelist-ish, the assassins rather.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have that one shining moment as well on the Orianna, turning it into this duelist basically, but it still doesn't change the fact that that means pressure is more on power this time around to make this Akali work.
Now it's a question right now. Galio mid lane, is he gonna build onto attack, or is he gonna build onto AP type of build? Because right now, really the composition states that they don't have any attack, they don't have the potential to really just appeal onto the hyper carry champions, onto Ezreal, onto Akali, onto Lee Sin. Late game, this is not a great composition because they don't have that engage on the Galio. And if Galio falls down, that's really gonna crumble their composition as well.
I can imagine too, the melt coming from the Icadian Rain and as well as Shaw can be too dicey for Dedenne. It can cancel out his survivability in the lane, but this is a bit interesting. This is going to be a lane swap, but with the dual lane, Ison in the mid lane and Dedenne sharing with mid. So I'm curious to see where the lanes is going to pan out actually.
It's not just the champions that are going back classic. It's also the strategy that is going back classic. We're now looking at a 1-1-2-1. Maybe at the first couple of seconds at the beginning. Because right now, Ezreal is just roaming around into the bot side of the map. I guess this is just how much Ezreal is flexible because Janna is coming bot, Galio can come in mid. So these two champions can support their ADC.
Yeah, I think they were afraid of the level 1 invade. I think that is the reason why they stayed in the mid lane, just to make sure. And they didn't know if the lane swap was going to kick in with Braum and Kai'Sa going topside, because constantly in this particular series that we saw, they like to do their lane swap. So I like the adjustment LAKAN did, and now we're looking at standard lane so far.
Yeah, it's very standard. The ADC went into the bot lane as traditionally, and the mid lane just stays in mid lane. But it's a Galio versus Ari. And when it comes to level 3, I think this is so much more coming in, especially with the Lee Sin, with LAKAN Esports. So I think they could look into the mid lane if they want to get the first blood.
Yeah, Shaw's charms are going to be key here if they want to get the first blood. If that cancels out, if that does not hit, that is basically the go signal for Dedenne and Boy J to go in.
Yeah, Shaw Doming coming into the riverbed, tries to go for the risk cutter. LAKAN Esports has no idea coming in. Because FENNEL University has the information that you have Lee Sin coming into the mid lane, walking around. That gives information for FENNEL University that they want to go for the blue side, because we have a ward from mid lane for FENNEL University. So that just gives information. But right now, Dedenne uses it to flash away to hug the turret down. 2 risk cutters for FENNEL University.
And a little bit of visit from Power as well. It looks like he's not going to get priority in lane for now, but it's only because Tante was left alone in his lane. Look at that, Seeker's Arm Guard as the first item pickup from Tante. So a little bit of armor up against Power here on this matchup against the Fiora. And now, just as you mentioned, double Riftler. What am I doing with my words? Rift Scholar. And as well as a deep ward over at the red side of Lakan. So they will have information where Lee Sin is going to be, where Boy J is going to be, and it gives Power a heads up whether or not he wants to overextend or stay safe in his own tower.
Yeah, and I think it's a matter of not overextending, because it's really just gonna be so much trouble for you. I guess this is an extra punish potential, but if you get punished, that's a lot to take in for these champions so far. So having an arm guard for Tante means that he wants to go for that sustainability. And the question is he going for the tank Akali that we saw from Omega Esports in the summer season, wherein you have the Sterex gauge, you have the Trinity Force, the arm guard to add on to this one, because the patch 2.4 has that extra damage output, extra item that could build in.
There's just so many not counter picks, but counter options for your build path to get you the advantage to get a more comfortable fighting power or fighting field. Look at Shaw already building up, has attuned Alliance Echo. Meanwhile, Executioner completed by Doming as the first item for sure. So we'll have to see if he's going to take it towards top side.
Right, and the Cloud Dragon is now available though. So FENNEL University and LAKAN Esports can take this in. Also the Rift Herald available in this game. Charm will not connect though. That's going to be missed from Shaw into this mid lane matchup. LAKAN Esports 3-man roam at the mid-sided map. Onto the riverbed as well as FENNEL University starts on the Cloud Dragon. LAKAN Esports looks to go for the contest. Sonic Wave in. Potential to retreat here as he jumps in. That's gonna be steal. No. FENNEL University takes the Cloud Dragon in. That's gonna be the Galio going in for the ultimate as well. Heroes Entrance goes for the 2-man knockup. Red team LAKAN Esports gets the first blood. Make it one more kill as 2 kills will be done. LAKAN will trade it down for the Cloud Dragon onto 2 kills.
Yeah, that is an air Drake secured. Nicely done, Steel. The Jarvans of our series today have been very, very, I wouldn't call it casually stealing, but it has a lot of steals on the board. Well, it's just 2, but now LAKAN. Let's see where the kills went over. 1 for Boy J and 1 for the side of Dedenne. And I think that's definitely more effective if Boy J gets it. Now, the question is if they can transition it. Now, resets cannot happen because they know that the Rift Herald has been started.
Right, and LAKAN Esports Boy J is half HP. So if he jumps in, does not get the skill, this is going to be an easy kill for FENNEL University, and now they take in the Rift Herald. Boy J comes in, and he will die down. He will fall. This is now going to be the trade. Extra kill for FENNEL University. It's a buy one, take one.
What a secure. They win 2 dragons. Not 2 dragons. They win 2 objectives. They get the Rift Herald. That means they get First Blood Tower as well. So more gold, more stats, and as well as more chances to open up the map.
But Ezreal comes on top. Janna comes on top as well. They want to punish this Rift Herald. So Tower First Blood is still available for these 2 teams.
That is true. I mean, Doming was pretty low. Actually, a lot of members coming from FENNEL were pretty low. So looks like they wanted to unleash the Rift Herald right away without resetting first and choosing which lane would be ideal and open for the taking. Actually, they can take 2 on that because looking at the position of the map, FENNEL, Danny, and Rafi are heading towards top side and not resetting. Look at Boy J though. He's lurking.
Oh, he has the face check from FENNEL University. That's going to be disaster for LAKAN Esports as Boy J is forced to back away. Howling Gale zones out FENNEL University, but they're not yet done. They're looking for more as they come in onto the jungle to come up on top. They try to cut in, but Shaw misses the charm in. But with Tower First Blood, they're happy with it and they're going back for the recall.
Still pretty okay for now for FENNEL. I mean, could have been a bonus kill, perhaps, but... First Blood Tower already secured. A fight over at Riverside, though.
Power. Face checks. Tante will go for the 5-point strike.
Rafi!
Go back away. Rafi, 1 HP. LAKAN Esports not going to dive. I guess they don't want to overextend this fight. But they're overstaying into the mid side. They're losing gold as the time goes by. But the recalls now moving in. Clever move for LAKAN Esports.
Yeah, they don't want to be too greedy. They are able to rather force out the flash coming from Rafi and as well as the Ignite. So that is a mini win that they would so desire in the next fight.
3-man looking to kill. Tante in the bottom side of the map, but forces out Power to go into the riverbed to go for the recall as well. But Shaw comes through. That's going to be the response in for FENNEL University, but also Creeman for LAKAN Esports is going to be there as well. That's going to be Arbor of Deception. A lot of damage coming through. Tante will fall down. Galio with ultimate. That's going to be taunt onto 2 members for FENNEL University. Now it's going to be Ravi trying to go back away. That's Braum receiving a lot of damage coming through. Detonate is Octane. That's going to be driven forward with the Cataclysm. The huge ultimate coming up. But Danny will go in for the killer instinct as well. That's going to be an extra kill, double kill for FENNEL Adversity. But they're looking for more power into the bottom side of the map. That's going to flash away from Jana as 4 kills is enough. They don't want to give more. LAKAN Esports is down.
And it all started because Tante was porting back near the brush. And I feel like that's such a dangerous place to port back, especially you just saw the rest of FENNEL Adversity lurking around your tower. And that basically enabled FENNEL to win that entire fight. Look at the kills going over to Danny and as well as Shaw. And these are scary players to give early kills to, at least in every single fight. The goal lead is slowly shifting towards in FENNEL's favor, and 2 dragons to boot. If they get the 3rd dragon, they're gonna get all these objectives. It might look too dicey for LAKAN.
Right, because they secured the Cloud Dragon already, so when it comes to the roaming potential, they have the advantage. Now, with the Ocean Drake, they have more sustainability up for their team. So LAKAN Esports needs to punish this, as now it's going to be a flank coming in. LAKAN Esports will take the kill down. FENNEL University will lose Rafi in that fight. LAKAN looking for the tier 1 turret into Dragon Lane.
We'll see if there's going to be a dive, but the rest of the squad is already here.
I hope not. It's going to be Jarvan 4 with the flag and drag coming through. They don't want to fight because they understand that they are at a member disadvantage. And Power is split pushing top.
That's going to be 1 plate, at least 125 gold for Power. So he's going to cash that in and be happy of that space he's able to manage and to work with. Now he's moving towards the mid lane and see if there's going to be an opening perhaps. But look at LAKAN. They're still sticking around this bot side.
Right, they really want to get this. Cataclysm in. That's going to flash away. That's an Arcan shift rather for Ison to go back away. Gali with the ultimate going through. That's going to be 2-man knock up, but the charm succeeded into CCing Gaio in that fight. That's going to triple taunt, but not going to be enough to put LAKAN Esports to survive. Triple kill for FENNEL Adversity, and they're dominating this game thus far.
And it's only 1 sacrifice. It's just Doming's life. Now they want Tante's life as well. This could be a dive perhaps, but all ults are already gone, so I don't think it's a possibility.
Tante really wants to take this fight. That's going to be Stacy's to stay surviving in that 5v1. As Tante will shuriken out back away. That's going to be Power going for the pokes. Rip post in. And they will secure the tier 1 turret into the mid side of the map. FENNEL University will take the map advantage.
I think that's a huge win. You baited out Tante's flash and barrier all that time. And FENNEL Adversity at the end of the day is still able to get that first tower in the mid lane. And now as we check the items, Shaw already has that Rabadon's on board. He is going to hit like a truck even more. It's going to be absolutely scary. Look at this death brush being set up by LAKAN though.
Wow, Boy J and Ardrick is steadily waiting, and Shaw might go through it with the face check. That's going to be disaster coming for FENNEL University. Shaw is going to go for the flash away to go back to safety. He lives, but the Summoner spell will die down for FENNEL University in that fight. LAKAN Esports now takes the lead, but it's still going to be stalemate for now.
That is quite unfortunate. You aren't able to kill off Shaw. I guess it's a Summoner spell burn though, so that is a mini win in exchange for Arjuk and as well as Boy J keeping their Summoner spells intact. It is an attempt, and now FENNEL Adversity knows what's up. They will anticipate death brushes in their own jungle next time.
A lot of stakes right now, so really going for an overextension is something that you don't want to do. And look at that. FENNEL University just goes for the recall, goes for the clear wave, because they understand that they're on the weak side of the map because their jungle and their Baron laner is onto their Dragon lane. And they don't have any visions onto those sleek brushes for LAKAN Esports, so they go for the recall, wait for the right opportunity. Baron Nashor is alive, 25 seconds for the Mountain Dragon as well.
It is soon. FENNEL does have first dibs on this area, and the waves are shoving in favor of FENNEL. Even topside will be slowly building.
Tante! Bad move. That's going to be a 5-point strike, but you're going to be obliterated for FENNEL University. Now it's going to be a 5v4. FENNEL University has the member advantage coming in. LAKAN Esports will just go back. That's going to be True Shot Barrage, giving an extra bit of damage, but will not connect onto anyone. So FENNEL University now taking on to the Mountain Dragon to start this all off. Power will zone them away, and LAKAN Esports doesn't have any information.
Yeah, they have no answer to this. It's a 4v5. It's going to be too risky if they keep pushing through for that Mountain Drake. And now, LAKAN has really no choice but to get this first first tower.
Yeah, Boy J though, that's going to be the Dragon Drake zoning out the NFT Cataclysm to lock it down. That's going to be an extra kill for FENNEL Adversity.
What is happening? Unfortunately, Boy J under tower is just gonna get dove upon by the power of FENNEL Adversity. Look at this though. Maybe it's a setup to try and attempt to steal.
But this is going to be a disastrous move. LAKAN Esports now taking in. That's going to be Shaw going for the flash away. But the flash for flash is now going to be burned. Tante is now coming in as well. Stacy's to just delay the fight. Delay how much damage is coming through. LAKAN Esports will take kill down. FENNEL Adversity will still survive though. And that's going to be disastrous to win. And triple kill for FENNEL Adversity. And trade only for one. LAKAN Esports is forced to back away.
Mini good news for LAKAN. They were able to deny that Baron take, and FENNEL was basically forced to back away. But in exchange are 2 kills. So that's 14 seconds on the clock where LAKAN can't exactly do anything. Now,
And slowly but surely.
oh, go. You were saying.
Yeah, and slowly but surely, right, they're on, as time goes by, I think FENNEL Adversity is taking the lead. Because earlier, it was pretty even when it comes to gold, but FENNEL Adversity takes this extra step into securing those kills. And you look at that, they won that fight with triple kill, but they went immediately back. Because they understand that they were low HP and they don't want to risk it.
Yeah, it's they wanted to cash in more items too. So just as you mentioned, look at the gold lead. It is what 3K gold lead for Danny over Ison. So he is a key player here, and we've seen so many key killer instincts happen. And after that is used, it's usually 1 or 2 members down, and no fear coming from Danny.
Yeah, is this going to be mid for top? But no, LAKAN Esports is going back, so this is not an even trade. LAKAN needs to defend this. This is an inhibitor turret that FENNEL Adversity wants to take in. Now Tante comes in, Galio with ultimate as well. Heroes entrance go for the knockup as well. Zones out the enemy team. That's going to be minion waves cleared out. Ezreal onto the backside. That's going to be disastrous as well because Shaw is there to go for the defense. And LAKAN Esports will take the kill onto power, but still, FENNEL Adversity 4v5. They are at advantage. Shaw will come in with a protobell as well. A lot of damage coming through as Dom Mang will get the Cataclysm in, but the flash away will be forced by LAKAN Esports to go back away. That's going to be taunt as well onto Rafty, but will that be enough though? As Domang will flash in, that's going to be disastrous as LAKAN Esports will succeed in defending the inhibitor turret top lane.
When Ison was the first casualty in that fight, and that's not something you want. You want to keep Ison alive as much as possible because most of the consistent damage will come from him, and it's not going to be coming from Tante because he is relatively short range. His shurikens 5-point strike will not be enough for sure, and he's going to get in range of what the stuns coming from Raffi perhaps, or from Doming, or even the charm. So again, Ison being alive as much as he can in fights that FENNEL will always force is completely crucial in the 5v5s or in the little skirmishes that FENNEL will start. And now LAKAN wants the Rift Scuttler though. They want to secure this.
Domang is there, has their sights, gets the Rift Scuttler for FENNEL Adversity, but Boy J with a Sonic Wave gives information for FENNEL Adversity that he is just hovering around onto enemy jungle camps. But Infernal Elder Dragon will come at 15 seconds and the Baron Nashor is alive though. So a single kill can be a game changer right now.
It could be. Waves are shoving in favor of FENNEL. They're building. If LAKAN loses at least, 2 members, this will completely, possibly end the game.
Oh, look at the positioning though. LAKAN Esports will get the disastrous move. But FENNEL Adversity will come in. Charm will not connect. That's going to be a bad move as well. As Shaw will now come in with a lot of damage. Galio with the Hero's Entrance goes for the 4-man knockup. But FENNEL Adversity, Kais of the Godlike, he wants to go for more. Killer Instinct in. That's going to be a double kill. FENNEL Adversity coming through. Galio with the knockup with the taunt as well to follow up. But the triple kill for FENNEL Adversity following up with the ace. falling one with the 5 kills, and now they're looking for the Nexus base as they come through into the tier 2 turret into the mid-side map.
Yeah, 40 seconds on the clock. FENNEL wants to end this. They don't want the Infernal Drake. They can end and win the series.
Yeah, and they're punching all around the Nexus base. LAKAN Esports needs to resurrect themselves. Buy back if you have to, but no!